injured here. 2v2 Golgotha Depths. Blue team, it's WEIZEL as a Techmarine. Is that how you say it? No idea. Starts off range combat, can get a melee weapon, decent damage output, and utility, can build structures and repair. Alongside GiDDoLo is a Grey Knight brother captain, durable melee commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense and support. Red team, Chaos, Kisuke the Forgiver is a plague champion, starts off range combat, can get melee weapons, decent defense, offense and support, but lacks mobility and isn't very tough to start off. And Champ, rounding out red team as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense and disruption. Golgotha Depths then, natural for blue team in the southwest-ish and natural for red in the northeast-ish. Central VP, buildings covering it. Also this very nice ledge for the red team to use to defend it, which gives them quite a nice advantage, I think, in the mid. We'll see how it goes. Brother captain alongside that strike squad using We Are the Hammer and almost wiping those heretics. Here they are. 500 requisition these guys cost. These halberds and storm bolters, good melee and ranged and very tough with 1095 hit points of heavy armor. Meanwhile north, Chaos Lord chasing down some tactical marines, starts off with this demon sword, which is a power melee weapon, 30 DPS, much like the brother captain's Nemesis 4 sword. Not sure where his heretics are. They are in retreat. They did cap mid though. Inquisitorial stormtroopers forced them off. There's Immolate from the Combi Flamer on that garrison. Look at the damage it did to those tactical marines. Flame type weapons doing bonus damage to units in cover and garrisons, which is why they're so effective. Chaos Lord is forced off though, and Chaos Space Marines lost the model. WEIZEL retains the north power, so not too bad. Quite difficult to look after your power on this map. You do get a very easily defendable natural, but all the other power points are through the center of the map, south, mid and north. South we have some Nurgle worship from Kisuke. Here come Purgation though with those incinerators, long range flamers that suppress infantry. Well, longish range flamers. Taking a lot of damage from those heretics though. Almost lost 2 models. In fact they might lose 2 models. No, they do just about get away, and here are some raptors. Heretics white. Kisuke just keeping them engaged a bit too long. Raptors I think do very well versus Grey Knights in tier 1 anyway. Purifiers have been buffed in the latest patches, so they might be quite dangerous in tier 2 if we see them. Raptors though obviously excellent at tying up the Purgation squad. Red team have lost their natural. Heretics will take it. These guys have an aspiring champion and a grenade launcher. 45 power spent on these guys already. They really need to make some stuff happen for that cost. Did kill a stormtrooper. These guys now in retreat. Raptors capping mid. Plague champion there alongside. Kisuke trying to catch these guys in melee with Chaos Space Marines and took down another model. And interceptors now from GiDDoLo, a 1-1-1 build. Strike squad, Purgation into interceptors. Chaos Lord forcing off those tactical marines. Combi Flame is such an awesome ranged weapon. Can use it while you're chasing stuff around. You saw Immolate as well. WEIZEL with double scouts. One of them with shotguns, and Chaos Lord just about getting away there with 95 hit points. Havoc's on the field trying to shoot up this node, which is not a very good use for them. Setup team that suppress infantry with this heavy bolter. You can give them a different weapon in tier 2, auto cannon or a las cannon. Scouts trying to get in range there for a grenade, and they should have stuck it out. I think he was right on the edge of the arc. Obviously you cannot see your enemies firing arcs though. Plague champion is getting kitted out with the Plague Sword and Mucus Discharge, so he's going to be putting out some dangerous power melee damage, and has a area of effect heal. Purgation tied up by the Raptors. Decent damage though, interceptors in there as well. And Raptors lucky to get away with 2 models, will they though? They do get away with 2 models. 86 hit points, that was very lucky. Plague Champion now needs to run away. I think he's going to try and get a model off the Purgation, I think, and does. Nicely done. Gets a special attack. The Plague Sword creating a Purgation zombie. Deceptors chasing off those Chaos Space Marines. These guys are really expensive. 550. They do decent damage though, and they can teleport, of course. Excellent for tying up ranged squads quickly. Can get a Justicar in tier 2. And look at this triple cap for the red team. 360, 435. There's the double cap for red. Garrison with Havocs inside, and Champ going for some Raptors as well. So a heavy-ish tier 1 for him. A good tier 1 though, since you can upgrade the Havocs to deal with any early vehicles in tier 2. Strike Squad and those Incinerator Purgation Squad take down the node. Here comes Kisuke though. Raptors, aspiring champion heretics in their melee state, a very good melee counter, and generally a very good unit versus Grey Knights. Getting amongst those expensive Strike Squad, and look at the damage they're doing to them. Take down a model there. Plague Champion chases them off. Lots of people on YouTube seem to think that Grey Knights are overpowered. I can assure you they really are not, and personally I quite like fighting them with a Plague Champion, since you can get all this melee stuff out and it's quite difficult for them to deal with. Their only natural counter being Purgation, and you can easily tie them up with a Raptors, and down goes the Brother Captain as you saw. Grenade wiping those Chaos Space Marines. Wow, big loss for Champ. Scouts need to run away though. Here comes a bunch of stuff. Chaos Space Marines firing from range. Give these guys Marco Zinch in tier 2 and they will be ripping apart those Grey Knight guys, while all of this stuff ties it up in melee. Haven't seen Touch of Nurgle yet either, which is very dangerous. Interested to see how GiDDoLo deals with that in tier 2. His only choice I think is to try and save up for a Dreadnought, but he's ways off that. Techmarine with Bionics, Axe of the Mechanicum and the Refractor Field. He's going to take down the Chaos Lord, and there he goes. Makes the Techmarine into a really awesome and interesting melee commander, I think, this setup. The Refractor Field is so good, he's so tanky. Decent damage too, and of course drains energy with that axe. 342, 348. 2-ton cap for red. Biggest loss was Champ losing that Chaos Space Marine squad to that grenade. Has this Havocs in this garrison, which has done really well for him. Can he get a revive though? Raptors now in retreat for Champ, getting their aspiring champion, and a Chaos Dreadnought on the way for Kisuke. Most likely we will see Side Cannons in response from the Purgation squad. Brother Captain has the Nemesis Demon Hammer to try and deal with this melee blob that Kisuke has. Excellent disruption on this thing. Raptors jumping in amongst the scouts. These guys not running away. WEIZEL not paying attention and almost loses that squad. Tactical Marines are now in here against a whole bunch of stuff. But here comes that very dangerous Techmarine. I think he's hitting the Raptors. Yes, he is. Now they now have no energy at all to run away. Can he take a model? One more hit perhaps. There we go. Gets a sync kill. Pretty good engagement for WEIZEL. 305, 348. Chaos Dreadnought with this auto cannon doing tons of damage to these interceptors. These guys have their Justicar and they now have their grenades. Gives them crack grenades and psycho grenades. Taking tons of damage there though. Need to run away. He's going to lose a squad. That does lose a squad. What was he doing? That was the crack grenade. I think he was trying to get a grenade off. But the path, he was having pathing issues because the Dreadnought being a vehicle has right of way. 305, 346, that was a huge loss. Fully upgraded interceptors wiped out before they did a whole lot, let's be honest. Chaos Lord with lightning claws for champ. Brother Captain with the teleport, he just saw him teleport there. Strike Squad in amongst, they have their Justicar, gives them energy burst and purification, allowing them to damage a unit that has energy and give energy back to an allied unit. Raptors on the field have their aspiring champion as his 40 DPS power melee weapon, Lightning Claw, plasma pistol as well. Big fan of Raptors in the current meta. 300, 327, 2-to-1 cap for red team, and we have 2 Chaos Dreadnoughts. WEIZEL going for Stern Guard, who have better vengeance rounds on out. You see them doing decent damage to this Dreadnought, look at that. First company tactical marines that can switch ammo types to combat all threats reasonably well, in some cases very well. Play champion repairing the Chaos Dreadnought, as are these heretics. There we go. Both Chaos Raptor squads have their aspiring champion. Champ is going back to the north. Has taken this node. Techmarine going after the Dreadnought. Can't do a lot with that power melee axe. 273, 327. Here are the Raptors tying up those Stern Guard veterans. Can they get a model off them? Here comes the Techmarine. That was a powerful sweep. And he's going to get models off these Raptors very quickly. There goes one. Havocs now to try and suppress the Techmarine. That is his weakness in this melee state. Has no way to combat suppression himself. But that's the case for a fair amount of the melee commanders. Chaos Dreadnought forcing him off alongside all of his army, and WEIZEL struggling to make an impact in the north, I think. 248, 327. Chaos looking pretty good, but Kisuke is not pushing this power here. Every time he forces off GiDDoLo, he should be decapping this VP and pushing power. There's a very good army to combat GiDDoLo right now. We do have side cannons up on the Purgation Squad, powerful range weapon, good damage to all targets, and a small area of effect. Forced off there. Let's have a look at the north. Heretics capping, Dreadnought steadying itself, needs to repair it with these heretics. Havocs have done really well, pretty much the thing that has stopped WEIZEL. No sign of getting assault marines though to try and deal with those Havocs. He's floating absolutely tons of Retribution, tells me that he's trying to get a Dreadnought or go tier 3. We should get some more tactical marines on the field though, I think. 235, 327, 1-to-1 cap, and Kisuke is now hitting power, nicely done. And decaps the VP as well. GiDDoLo's brother captain, and there was Demolishing Strike. And there is Touch of Nurgle on the heretics. This is dangerous for that strike squad. Global ability of the Plague Champion. Area of effect damage and area of effect heal with knockback whenever a model dies. Awesome synergy with the Doom Blast, though it does deal less damage when it is used on heretics. Also has an internal cooldown, I think. It cannot go off more than 3 seconds apart. Less than 3 seconds apart, I should say. But it's still a very, very powerful global ability. Only 150 requisition, and it can win you engagements if your opponent doesn't have suppression or a way to control the heretics. This Dreadnought is going down. That's a big loss for Kisuke. Brother Captain getting in there and finish it off with a Nemesis Demon Hammer, which is not even a power melee weapon. So that Dreadnought had very, very little health for that thing to be able to deal with it. Techmarine now switching to the Melter Gun. Good choice to try and deal with the Dreadnoughts, and one of them has gone down. Orbs of the Omnissiah also up. So switching accessory and weapon. And look at this, Champ and Kisuke are both tier 3. Grenade is going to miss, and the Raptors have the Demon Maul. Nasty power melee weapon with a pretty decent ability as well, Demonic Strength or Demon Strength or something like that. which knocks a model flying, dealing 200 damage, I think it is. Chaos Lord forced off, just about alive, Mantle of Hate and Icon of Khorne up. And here comes a Dreadnought from WEIZEL. Rhino on the field for GiDDoLo, and that Twin Link Las Cannon is up and ready. Also has the vehicle upgrade, gives it some vehicle armor. Twin Link Las Cannon very effective versus vehicles, of course. Not so effective versus infantry, but will really hit anything that it can target. Chaos Dreadnought with Mark of Zinch though, so those missile launchers very, very dangerous to this Rhino now. 159, 321. Heretics level 2 have done well. Havoc's now suppressing those Stern Guard. Scouts disrupted by the Heretics, and it looks like they're forcing melee. They are. Scouts are going to try and chuck some grenades on his Havocs here. There's one. I only got one away, and the Havocs easily dodge. Raptors with very low health, scaring things off as well. 159, 315. Touch of Nurgle on the Raptors. Brother Captain level 3. How level is this Plague Champion? He's level 5, he's done well. Without an armor upgrade as well, has kept himself alive. With the Mutant's Discharge, needs to tie up those Psy Cannons. Get back into the Rhino there. Brother Captain needs to turn around and hit these Raptors. There we go. 100 DPS of melee damage. It will hurt infantry, even heavy infantry. But he's going to go down here in retreat, I think. Yes, Plague Champion finished him off. Great Unclean One on the field for Kisuke. Super unit for Chaos, hugely tough, dangerous in melee, and has some nasty abilities. It is a demon, of course, so benefits greatly from worship. Dreadnoughts on the field for WEIZEL, and has the multi-melter up. Huge damage to all targets from short range. Look at the damage of this Chaos Dreadnought already. The missile launcher of this thing has much greater range, so it needs to use that to its advantage. Turns around and engages, but look at the damage. Melter gun and multi-melter take down the Dreadnought very easily. Chaos Lord trying to do some damage with his lightning claws, which are a crazy power melee weapon. 100 DPS of power melee, so that's 130 DPS if you're hitting heavy armor. And they cost it to 200 requisition, 50 power to get lightning claws for your Chaos Lord. Very, very expensive. Stern Guard in trouble here. Have their Hellfire rounds loaded in. Want to switch to Kraken bolts for this heavily armored Raptor squad. 154, 315. GiDDoLo with triple Rhinos. What is he up to? Land Raider Phobos on the field for Champ. Seems a bit confused. Great Unclean One is mid, up against the Strike Squad. Strike Squad now have their melee upgrade, boosting their melee damage and buffing their health now. We just saw Energy Burst on the Raptors, still able to jump though. Strike Squad taking tons of damage, lose only one model. Heretics now in retreat path, turn around and hit them. They are instead trying to hit the Rhino though. 154, 315. Triple Rhinos, are they all going to have las cannons? I think they are. And that's going to be dangerous for this Great Unclean One. Purgation Squad killed by the Great Unclean One. You cannot hide from him in a garrison. He constantly does damage to units around him, and does splash damage with his attacks, of course. 154, 315. North Power is still blue with 3 gens on it, but no Plague Marines now on the way for Kisuke. Oh, we have a heavy bolter on the way for the 3rd Rhino. Stormtroopers trying to keep these things repaired. Raptors jumping, trying to finish off the Brother Captain. And they do, but take a lot of damage and lose 2 models for their trouble. These guys, almost level 3, have done very well for Champ. Kisuke's are level 3. Done even better. Great Unclean One could do with some worship. Here come the Heretics. Maybe a shrine as well from both Chaos players would be good in mid. Here is that Lane Raider Phobos. And look at the damage to these Rhinos. Twin link las cannon on either side, twin link heavy bolter on top. Huge damage potential from long range. Also has the Dirge caster ability now, which will protect it when infantry gets close by stunning them and debuffing them. Techmarine level 3 still with the melter gun and orbs up. Useful for dealing with this thing. Tier 3 now for WEIZEL. Look at the red that GiDDoLo has. Over 900 red, good grief. WEIZEL almost has 500. Both of the Chaos players can drop a nuke. This is going to be a very interesting tier 3. Brother Captain all alone chasing down the Plague Marines. There's some Nurgle worship though. Look at the health regen these guys have. Are we going to see demonic strength? I don't think it will knock down the Brother Captain though. He's going to die again. How many times has this guy gone down? Kept him in that engagement way too long. Didn't even use Demolishing Strike, I don't think. Obviously distracted by his managing these 3 Rhinos, which is not easy. Champ dropping some Chaos Terminators now. Trying to force melee with their Power Fists. They also have Twin Link Bolters. Demoralize nearby enemies whenever they make a kill. Backing off here, they've already used their teleport and they're taking a lot of damage from these las cannons. Terminators are considered a large unit, so anti-vehicle weapons like las cannons and rockets are very effective against them. Kisuke with lots of pressure, but GiDDoLo is somehow holding his victory point, and we haven't seen much pressure on this power either. WEIZEL floating a lot, over 2,000 requisition, good grief, what is he waiting for? Buy some tactical marines or something. Get some plasma gun tactical marines or missile launcher tactical marine. Here we see a venerable dreadnought, awesome. Unique walker to the Techmarine. Powerful melee combatant, can also charge. Going after this land raider it looks like. Multi-melter dreadnought. Getting Dark Age of Technology now. WEIZEL needs to spend that requisition. He's floating way too much. Now has 1,000. Rhino stuck in base for GiDDoLo. And down goes one from the Great Unclean One. Plague Marines pushing in. There's an Imperial Abyss. 81,277. This is looking very, very bad for GiDDoLo. Raptors chasing the Brother Captain. Abyss pulls him in. Plague Marines right in there. These guys, much like the Plague Champion, still reload at their normal rate when they are suppressed, but they're taken down there by the Brother Captain. There's Demolishing Strike. Great Unclean One takes down the Rhino. GiDDoLo now only has a single Rhino and Stormtroopers. And crap loads of red. Now 829 must have used something then, obviously. Now Kisuke going after this power. North. WEIZEL doing a lot better than his teammate right now. He's going to take down these Terminators. In fact, Champ made the very curious decision of getting Lightning Claws up against 2 Dreadnoughts. Perhaps he didn't see the Venerable, but he knew he was up against 1 Dreadnought. So a very strange choice. Autocannon would have been a lot better in this instant. Chaos Lord goes down. Very, very good engagement for WEIZEL. 39,277, but it looks too little too late perhaps. Red team looking very strong still because GiDDoLo has so little. There's a level 5 Brother Captain. Has a Great Unclean One to deal with though. Plague Marines, Marco Zinch, Chaos Space Marines. Get these awesome Thousand Sun style armor sets when you give them Marco Zinch. These are Death Guard though, of course. Techmarine now back with the axe. Doesn't have his shield up though. And Champ lost his Phobos to the 2 Dreadnoughts and this Techmarine with Orbs and Melter. He's going back to his Melter in fact. The Great Unclean One being super heavy infantry takes extra damage from Melter, which is why he's switching back to it. And the Great Unclean One is in trouble here. This Venerable Dreadnought is being repaired by scouts. Might see some global repair from the Techmarine, who needs to back away and use his gun at range. Doesn't want to lose this Venerable. Can he take down this Great Unclean One before it dies? Level 2 Venerable, taking shots from the Plague Marines. I don't think he's going to be able to save it. Down goes the Great Unclean One. Back away, Venerable. Going to take one more shot, and down it goes. Here you see Stoicism boosting its damage, giving it constant inspiration for the last 10 seconds of its life, but it will go down. Can it wipe the Raptors before it does? No, down it goes. And some Terminators called in by WEIZEL. 22254. Here's a Grey Knight Dreadnought as well. Starts off with a Multi-Melter and awesome Maelstrom ability as well, reducing speed and draining health of nearby enemy infantry. Pretty sure that doesn't affect vehicles. Level 4 Markov Siege Chaos Space Marines though are doing insane damage to these Terminators with those Inferno Bolts. That is the Techmarine's global repair up. Orbs at the bottom this side. There is an Abyss on the Terminators. WEIZEL has not noticed. He might lose the squad. Getting dragged around. I think it's going to survive. Yes, it should survive now. Or not. Dragged into the middle again and just about lives. I say just about, it still had 279 hit points. Chaos Sword goes down. Dreadnought cannot decap though. And another Abyss. Really don't want blue team to cap this VP. Scouts drugged in now. Level 4 scouts. Done very well for WEIZEL. Here are Havocs. They have an autocannon now, Mark of Pawn. Good damage to all targets with small area effect. But the Dreadnought has caught them in melee with that very mean looking close combat weapon it has. And almost finished them off. Scouts now capping mid. Blue team making a comeback here. GiDDoLo going tier 3. He will be able to drop an orbital straight away. Terminator's going back to base for reinforcements. Stern Guard, level 3 Stern Guard we have. Raptors of Champ must be level 4, yes they are. Brother Captain chasing them down. WEIZEL needs to move his scouts away. He's going to lose them, and does lose them. Brother Captain levels to 8. Good grief. He's died about 4 times I think, but still makes it to level 8. Techmarine level 6. Plague Champion level 8. Now has the Plague Fist. Switching back to his sword. Chaos Lord level 4 and down. 22-232. Blue team still holding on here. Brother Captain forced to retreat. It's been a tale of 2 halves of the map, hasn't it? In the south, blue team have struggled. In the north, red team have struggled, though they have capped that power there. 22-220. WEIZEL now has lost both of his dreadnoughts, just as Terminators with an assault cannon. Level 3 Stone Guard and level 4 Scouts. Red team surely should be able to power through. There's an orbital though. Dropped by GiDDoLo, I assume. Lifting units into the air, both friend and foe, and then the beams will blast out, knocking stuff flying. Luckily for Kisuke, it killed a Plague Marine which exploded and healed the rest of the stuff, so he doesn't lose a squad. Techmarine with his refractor field back up. Almost level 7 and will try and cap mid. Plague Champion going after his Dreadnought with the Plague Fist and heals himself with Mucus, and his Dreadnought is done for. Meanwhile, Red's Natural under some pressure, but the Scouts forced off by the Raptors. Terminators inspiring allies with every kill. Nothing nearby to inspire though. GiDDoLo with just Rhino and some Paladins on the way. Raptors trying to decap mid. Plague Champion uses Pestilent Strike and gets away. No, he doesn't. Brother Captain catches him, smacks him in the face with a Demon Hammer. That was Demolishing Strike. Raptors should get away though. Yes, with a single model. Maybe if these Terminators were in retreat path properly and forced to melee, they might be able to finish those guys off. Plague Marines with the missile hits do decent damage to Terminators and they lose a model. Need to back off here. standing right in front of an autocannon as well. 22-201, blue team holding on somehow. Another Land Raider Phobos, this time from Kisuke. Raptors forced to retreat, and they lost their aspiring champion for Kisuke. Stormtroopers now on the way for GiDDoLo. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, that is. Recently got a price reduction down to 230 requisition, and here are the Paladins. Constant buff to nearby allies, melee heavy damage. 22-182. Kicking off at Red's natural, blue team trying to push it and cap it and get a triple cap. Techmarine tanking a lot of damage and forces off the Chaos Lord. Look at that. Had Hellfire rounds and this assault cannon on him though, as well. 22-171. Blue team are going to get a triple, I think. Phobos on the way. Look how much power Kisuke has. And Champ. Blue team have basically not touched the power at all of the red team. Techmarine putting his shield up. Shields in general will prevent you from being knocked back. He's now level 8. And a Venerable Dreadnought dropped again. There's the inspiration from the melee kill. And they cap it. There's a triple cap. Brother Captain level 10 has the Holy Armor of Titan, boosting the health by 400, decreases ability cooldowns by 30%, and allows him to go invulnerable. Very expensive piece of war gear though. There's the triple cap. Red team have really thrown this away, not looking after their super units. There's the triple cap still, 98 VPs left for red. They're going to lose this. They are sneaking blues natural though. Raptors taking it. Chaos Space Marines decapping mid. Champ calling Grey Knights overpowered. Doesn't know what he's talking about. They struggled the entire game. Have 3 units on the field, but apparently they're overpowered. Land Raider Phobos needs to back up a bit, I think. Paladins can come and smack it. Touch of Nurgle Heretics trying to cap, I think. Now they're going after the Terminators, and there is the Dirge Caster stunning the Brother Captain. Looks like it doesn't affect vehicles. That Dreadnought is still smacking on it. 22-62, 1-to-1 cap. Brother Captain capping mid. Venerable Dreadnought not letting it go though. He needs to move this thing away. Taking tons of damage each hit. Here comes the Chaos Lord. Brother Captain Demolishing Strike needs to run away now. He's gonna die. Gets away, uses Immortal in fact. Turns around and gets right back into the fight. Here's that Rhino, still alive, level 4 Rhino. 22-54. Blue team can take their natural back and hold on. They will win this. An amazing comeback if they can pull it off. Phobos is still around, half hit points. There's an orbital though. And it does lift stuff in retreat, and there we go. Havoc setting up again. Level 3 Havocs. Red team completely forced off the mid. Paladins tying up the Havocs. Have quite low health. Cannot retreat of course since they are a Terminator variant. And they might see them decap Red's natural here.
Disaster looms. We must act.
Stern Guard with Hellfire rounds loaded. They need to load in Kraken bolts. Rhino taking pot shots. Techmarines are here. It's not one yet for blue. In fact, red team could snatch this. There's an Abyss. Wipes out the Paladins. Good grief. Beautifully done by whoever did that. And red team cap mid, and they might win this after all. There's the 2-to-1, 1950. Venerable Dreadnought still stomping around, in fact stomping back to base, made level 2. Terminators now coming mid, and there is the victory surely for red. Terminators will try and decap mid, I think. Something looking after blues natural, yes. Don't think they'll risk pushing it. And there's 5 VPs remaining. Surely red team have this. They almost lost it. GiDDoLo struggled mainly, I think. Did get a level 10 commander, but lost so much stuff. Constant pressure from Kisuke. Touch of Nurgle on these Raptors. And it's a 1-to-1 cap now. They haven't won it yet. There's the 2-to-1 for blue. Brother Captain decap in mid as well. No way. No way they're going to win this. Surely not. Phobos taking shots at these Terminators and it's doing a lot of damage as well. Here come more Paladins. Single cap for blue. Red team will take their natural back. Need to get this Brother Captain off the cap though, and they do. But Paladins take the cap over. And there's a quick double for blue. Now a 2-to-1. Surely they won't hold on here. With 3 VPs remaining. Everyone thought it was over. Everyone GG'd, I think. Techmarines have been stuck in this building for ages. Need to get out and do some stuff. 3-19. So 1-to-1 cap. There's the Dirge caster. Techmarines trying to cap mid. These are champs. But they're going to die. Nope, they retreat. Venerable Dreadnought doing an excellent job keeping stuff off the VP. But charges the Paladins off their own cap. Blue's natural is safe. Red team have lost their natural again. If blue team can cap mid, they'll get a double and win this. This will be an unbelievable win. Phobos goes down. Brother Captain goes down also. Plague Champion will also go down. Well, not before taking down the Techmarine. What an awesome finish. There's the 2-to-1 and blue team win it. Unbelievable.
None can stop the
Good grief.
of the righteous.
Look how much resources Kisuke had. He could have got a Predator tank on the field for the end. I think he thought they'd won it. Didn't bother building anything else. A huge mistake. I have literally no idea how blue team won this game. GiDDoLo lost most of his army twice. Went mad, got triple rhinos and lost 2 of them. Red team losing 3 super units. WEIZEL doing well with his dreadnoughts generally, but couldn't keep them alive except for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.